And we're live here today with the GTI series. We have a 8-car field potentially lining up. So we're gonna go yellow now, finally. Go in the car, and if he goes, if someone sleeps, you can pass it. It doesn't matter how the pacing's doing, just manage to get up here. If somebody's asleep, they'll miss out on the start. And it's gonna be on them. So this is gonna be an evening race, and Nico really needs to turn down the brightness on those lights, because Jesus. We have T7 Jacob Medial. They made their debut race. Gappy returns. They are a Formula Micro driver. Shuffle also in the field. Behind them, Mr. Monaco, the local Italian twin triple V sits. Also Arisnetta. Arisnetta, not in the shot. Where is Aris? Stopped on turn 1. You don't need to be a smartass. Just get going. This one bigger. Again, this is going to be a 10-minute qualifying session. Pretty tough race. We were saying the word as soon as we all are past the start-finish line. So we'll be going green in just a short bit. Again, we have pack lead rules, so whoever's leading this qualifying session, which is treated kind of like a race, depends on if they cross the line or not in time. Might happen next lap. Set way around the final turn. Green flag in the air. And T7 Jake is off to the line. 10 minutes. Set myself so the board can get cleared up. First lap. Back up, you see, makes his way off into the last sector. Now make their way across the front stretch. Only one valve lap. Again, all you gotta do is just make your march through the lines. I'm gonna fix everyone's lap. So twin triple V6 potentially en route with purple sector 1 in his Dodge Viper. Mr. Monaco being tailed behind, as well as Shuffle in this little 3-car battle. Mr. Monaco's going to go wide, gets a cut. Going to be a throwaway lap for him. Meanwhile, Twin, let's see how second sector looks. Twin Triple V sits, got a green sector 2. Jackro PC is probably about making his way across the start-finish line. About now. Crosses the line, goes quick time, 56.733, but passed immediately by Twin. Jake just a second back in 3rd place. We have 4 cars yet to get a lap. That is Gappy, Arisnetta, Mr. Monaco, and Shuffle. So they'll be struggling to get what they can. Of course, there's still plenty of time left before this event, before this qualifying session is done. Again, Jackro PC is pack lead. Twin Triple V6 not far behind, with the tail of Shuffle and T7 Jake. Got the Flying Dutchman and the Chicago guy himself. Of course, the stud at the head of it, Jackro PC. Makes his way into the hairpin. Actually, we can see Shuffle closing in on Twin Triple V6. This is a valid lap, potentially, so far. I didn't see anything bad in the hairpin. Shuffle makes his way across the start-finish line. Moves into second, passes Jackro PC. So current pack leader rounded back into the 3rd place spot. We have 3 cars yet to get a valid lap. That's Gappy, Aris, and Mr. Monaco. Again, the Italian local. closing in onto the halfway point of this qualified session. It is a longer qualified session, although 10 minutes will go by pretty quickly in these cars. Yeah, that's because I'm pretty sure that's an older car. I'll be modifying that for the next race if we want to keep this car. Probably be making your car louder and everything. So, my bad. I know. I'm not the one that made the sounds. That was Nico. Jack Rowe PC to turn number 1. He's going to go wide. Twin turbo VC. I think everyone here's got an invalid lap. Jack Rowe PC just trying to go by. How are the laps doing? Gappy has finally gotten a lap in. It's a 103. Netta's into the barrier on the hairpin. She sends it. She's trying to do her drift line. It just doesn't work. G7 Jake rolling slow. They are making their issues aware of. Yeah, well, Jake, I had to rush this car. You wanted it, and I was having to do things last minute. So. R15 has decided that they're racing. And R15 did sign up, so you'll be taking this car. Just gonna scrap together what few laps he has. So we're gonna have an 8-car field. That's a pretty good turnout with all things to consider. Meanwhile, Jack Rowe PC has made some mistakes off screen that allows Shuffle to take pack lead. Twin Triple V6 also passing by the California native, soon to be a Indiana citizen in a short little while. We're talking about his time in college, so hope the best for you in that venture. Twin Turbo V6 side by side, Jack Rowe PC. There's a crossover move for position. Has to make the way into the final sector. Meanwhile, Shuffle pulling off pack lead. He's got a green sector 2. Unfortunately, sector 2 invalid. Jack Rowe PC, the only one to get a valid sector here, but Omedio with a good looking sector, so maybe he's turning things around. I know he's been saying his cars felt loose all day. Will there be anyone doing any pit stops, by the way, because there is a period for pitting. You could technically pit to get fresher tires. You know, there is tire wear in these cars, although some people say that the cars drive better with a little bit of wear. Cars do seem to not be going any slower. That time by Jack Rowe PC has also gotten the quick time. It's a 56.306. So pole position currently within grasp for now, although not far ahead of Twin nor see that far ahead from Shuffle. 3 of them all only separated by a 1/10 and a half. Mr. Monaco finally up to 4th place, so R15 the only car without a valid lap. Again, they've started late, so only got a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Jack Rowe PC getting homed in on by the stud into the hairpin. It's a crossover move. Jack Rowe PC with better exit, and actually Shuffle is packed in. I think I'm still blind. I didn't quite see him in the frame. Bit of a funky turn. Battle here for the virtual seconds. These two are, of course, the ones mainly battling for the pole position. Of course, Shuffle only a little bit behind, could easily sweep it if he could get a valid lap in. We're still 3 minutes left in it. And, of course, the qualifying rules are as long as you're ahead of the leader from your perspective, then you'll have an extra lap. Depends if you pass on the final lap or not, but I don't think we'll be seeing that today. I think everyone's kind of spread out. Twin makes the move on Jack Rowe PC, gets ahead. Look at the sectors. Shuffle with a pretty good sector. Let's see. They make their way across the start-finish line. Will they go any quicker? Top of the board, 55.965. We're now under the 56 range. Jack Rowe, neither Twin have been able to beat that time. So Mr. Monaco currently runs it in 4th place. I believe I can see them on... I cannot. Speaking of Mr. Monaco, I don't think they're in game. They've disconnected. So an unfortunate disconnection for Mr. Monaco. I'm going to move him offline. And if he rejoins, he'll be teleported back. I think Airstead in battle with the driver. That might be T7 Jake, the two of them. With within the pace of each other. So, Monaco has been set out of the way until he rejoins. Again, Shuffle is pack lead. We are actually seeing a car getting close in on. That is Gappy, the Formula Micro driver. They've yet to set a sub-minute lap time. We're about a minute and a half left, so we might be good for another lap to go. I don't know. I think 2 is out of the question, though. As you can see, Jake and Eris in the background absolutely duking it out for position. Let's look up at the front. So Shuffle here, closing in on Gappy. So Gappy, if you do get past on this lap, that will be your final lap. Just letting you know. As we are on the final lap, Gappy gets past, and this will be their final lap too. Oh. So we have one more to go. Shuffle was out with a 55. I think these are times that are faster than the Rotsmods here. In a very rare instance. I might be wrong, but I think that is actually faster than what the Rotsmods are here. Shuffle makes their way around one final time into the last sector. This qualifying session. If we could do a cool down lap, would be appreciated. Just to get everything figured out. Just make sure you don't pass leaders while you're on it. So again, once you guys cross the line, you'll be going to your white flag laps. Except for Shuffle, gets this time by. The checkers are out for Shuffle and everyone else behind him. The Shuffle is completed, so is Jack Pro PC. So he's going to be finished. Gappy now crosses the line, finishing their qualifying session. They have not gone below the 1 minute line. Twin Turbo V sits. Excuse. Twin Turbo V6 will stay in third, as up next behind them, that looks to be, I think that's a medial. That's R15. 8th place qualifier. Checkers are going to be out for Jake and Mr. Monaco. Is Mr. Monaco? He's not going to be on any battle lap here, so I'm just going to run it through him. So if everyone can make their way into the pit lane, please line up at the end of the pit lane, turn your lights off, and stand out of your car. We'll be doing the national anthem again. Order is Shuffle in first place. Second place is Jack Pro PC. Third place, Twin Turbo V sits. Make sure you have a good memory of your pit spot. So Twin, that is not your pit spot. Your pit spot is back. It's the third pit spot. Just letting you know. That's Jack's. You press at to pit. See, if you joined, I would have explained that. It just shows Lotus colors. I'm gonna delete the extra cars, other than his. So the GTR will be left alone. We're going to be deleting Giram's car. They did sign up, they did not decide to race. That car is deleted. Eris' car will be left. GMG car, R15, that's your pit spot. This GTR's pits are going to be removed, as well as the GTR. The pits will be themed off of your car, so just be aware of that in case you're confused. But you must stop within your pit bots if you are doing a pit stop. Again, it's first gear, red line, you stop inside of your pit bots. You hop out of your car, you get back in, then you press sets. If you press sets before you get in, your car will not refuel. Which again, I don't know if it's exactly necessary to refuel, but you should. If you guys press ETS and hop out of your car, please. Or if you could press H. Yeah. Get your headlights turned off. Guys, hop out of your cars. Turn your lights off. I'll do it for you if you guys don't. Alright. Jake, you can fly yourself, by the way. Your thing isn't set right. You have like 3 seconds, so you get screwed for your pit stops. So if you want, you can fly yourself. You can just double jump to get out. Gappy, get out of your car. We're going to be doing the national anthem of Italy. Alright. Take a little bit of a second here, but once it's up, it's up. Please face the flag. Let's get this one on a roll. Drivers to your cars, let's get this one on the roll. Well, there's a lot of great races this weekend. This is going to be one of them. So far, turnout's been great. Tomorrow we have the Formula Micros at 12, the Super Indies at 2. But with that being said, we got Gabby backing up. That's right. All right, yellow flag is out. Go in the car, and if he goes, we're going to do 60 miles an hour for now. We may increase it if we're going to need to. But we're going to try to get 60 to maintain your positions. The Roaring Sympathy is several different engines. You may not want to redline your engine because that will burn up fuel. Just try to get laps in, basically. So for those that are redlining in the back, remember that you are burning fuel. You have tire wear and fuel to worry about. That's not good on either of those. So. pace laps here in this feature. We have, let's see how many cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to go back to the front. Make sure you guys in the back fit yourselves. And with a 101.565, again, making their debut GTI race, have Gappy behind. By the way, we need Omedio ahead. We need R15 will be in the 8th place spot. We need Omedio to pass R15 to back off and stay on the blue car's bumper. And then ahead of that is Omedio in the blue and carbon fiber hood GTR. And the first time in a while since this year started, T7 Jake is going to be in the RCF. He will be starting in the 6th place position. We have some issues there. Fit yourselves if you can. Arisnetta is up ahead in the top 5 positions as Mr. Monaco, again, the local Italian, in the Golf McLaren. Twin Turbo V sits in the green, yellow, and black Lotus Dodge Viper. In the Wolf Team Racing Dodge Viper, we have Jack PC in 2nd, and today's pole sitter is Shuffle. Again, we need you guys to make sure you're in positions. Hold your pace. It's going to be the last one before we go green. And R15 is going to be staying in 8th. Arisnetta, please. Remember, corner cut limit is 50. Do not pass until you cross the start-finish line if you can. If somebody is, obviously fucking up their start, I will call it if they are allowed to be passed. But then you won't get penalized if that's the case. Guys, in there, fits yourself there. Just stay on the buff of the car if you stay 60 miles an hour. R15's having an issue. R15, get going. Hold your pace, please, guys. Let R15 pass. Hold pace. Again, we're going to be holding pace for a little bit. We need everyone to be up in the right area, so hold pace. Green flag. Airs with the jump, airs with the jump. You didn't need to let off that much. Airs messes up her start, corrects it. Meanwhile, a 3-car battle for the top position. Twin, Jack Pro, Shuffle, all of them duking it out. Meanwhile, on the back, Omedio is loose. He hits the wall hard, but he is going to get back going. Arisnetta collecting what you can. Meanwhile, back up in the front, Twin is at the point. Shuffle just behind in the 2nd place position. Jack Pro PC trying to collect what he can. Meanwhile, Italian, the Mr. Monaco, side by side, T7 Jake. Shuffle with a good run on Twin Turbo V, sits down into the last straight, into the hairpin we go. Now through the final turn, Shuffle's gonna get the lead back. And this 40-lap feature, again, the longest race of the weekend, has tire wear, has a lot of things, a lot of factors. Arizona makes the move on R15. Meanwhile, T7 Jake and Mr. Monaco absolutely duking it out. Battle in the front for now. Not quite done, but it has settled itself. I think it could change in just a few moments. All depends on how Shuffle takes his hairpin. Twins are a very good driver here on this specific turn. Very much so, in fact. Right there, side by side again, looking to get the lead back from Shuffle. Make the way down into Sector 3. Shuffle's just a little bit ahead, but again, Twin just very precise. He's switched to a keyboard. Might be on a keyboard this race. I'm not 100% sure. But Twin has fallen back a little bit on the straight. We are spreading out. There's Netta's gone back to 6th place. Might be closing on T7 Jake. Again, these two have been about on pace with each other. They're about back where we started. We're looking at the front. I think there's something going on again. I gotta find it. There we go. Shuffle and Twin. About 2 or 3 car lengths separating the drivers in this lead battle. I know we're getting a lot of rubber banding, but that will probably fits itself as people run through laps. Again, we're all on the same part of the track. This track kind of crosses over itself a couple of times, so it's just a very normal feature on tracks like this. And Shuffle gets a great exit. I think Shuffle's actually starting to outrun Twin. If you look on the board, the second fastest time officially is T7 Jake. As the front of the field now spreading out. Twin. So Shuffle, Twin. Third place is Jack Pro. I think Jack Pro has Mr. Monaco potentially trying to get a home podium en route. T7 Jake in the top 5. Meanwhile, Arisnetta falling a little bit back. She's lost a spot to R15. I think she probably got loose, maybe spun out, something like. As the laps run down, of course, she's a really good driver with loose tires. She'll definitely have her strength when that period comes along. Mr. Monaco, you can hear him in earshot in every frame we see of Jack Pro PC. So he's closing in hot. $720S homing in. Meanwhile, we might be seeing a lap car in a couple of minutes. There's Gappy and Medio about a sector ahead of our leaders currently. Now, the way we got things here is that if you are lapped like 5 times, that will be your race, but I don't believe that's going to happen. I believe there might be at least one caution. Another way we could do things is if there's caution. All the lap cars get 1 lap back. It's a great sector for Jack Pro PC. I think still a little bit of range that Mr. Monaco's going to have to build up here. So meanwhile, Medio Gappy kind of at it. The flat sits versus the V sits. The GTR versus Porsche. And Medio's going to set it too hard. They spin around. I'm going to put them out of position. And is there a car that stopped there? Yes, there is. There's Arisnetta, so we are under yellow flag conditions. We're doing a race back. So keep on going. Except for the leaders once you cross the start-finish line. So the leaders are racing their way back to the line, so you're going to race back until you cross the start-finish line. You're going to go back to pacing speeds. Shuffle crosses it, and then it's going to be Twin, Jack Pro PC. There is a lap car that's a medial. He will eventually get it back, though. In fact, actually, medial, if you could try to go for that now, once everyone crosses. Mr. Monaco's going to be in the 4th place spot. As behind that, R15 is in 5th place. 6th place, T7 Jake. Eris, I think you can fly yourself, right? You'll be on the lead lap, but you will be on. You will be in the 8th place spot. Emilio was a lap down under caution. So positions are Shuffle, Twin, Jack Pro, Mr. Monaco, R15, T7J, Gappy, and Emilio. But Eris will be put into the 8th place spot ahead of Emilio because she did not fall a lap down. That was a lead lap incident for her. So Emilio's trying to get his lap back. Gappy's just trying to get back going. So caution was expected at some point. The pits are open, by the way, if anyone does want to take the risk. Just remember the pit rules. T7 Jake is going to be pulling it in. Remember the black and pink. I think if anyone hears Netspare pitting, it's going to be T7 Jake. He hops out. Yeah, you can fly yourself, by the way, if you want, because the timer goes on longer than shit. I'm pretty sure that's a last year card. Jake gets back going, so he's going to lose a couple of positions. He falls back into the 7th place spot, but he's got fresher tires than everyone else in the field. Might be beneficial. Positions are Shuffle, Twin, Jack, the R8 Club, R15, Gappy, Eris, and Jake. So Eris will still be in the back, but she will be ahead of Jake. CC limit's 50. So Mr. Monaco already really close. Unless I fucked up, let me make sure. If I didn't reset the cuts post. If I didn't reset the cuts from qualifying, I'm gonna reset the cuts for everyone here. I just want to make sure of that. Got plenty of time to figure that out. I know I've been a little bit scuffed with my cuts today. No, I've reset the cuts, so yeah, Mr. Monaco, Emilio, you guys do need to watch your cuts. Again, all you gotta do is just stay within the cones. You will not get a penalty from that. You pass the cones, you will get a cut. So they're very clearly defined. I guess yours just take it back. No, that's fine. There's just like a little gray zone there, so I think we could go green this lap. So I'm gonna change the lights to black, but Twin might be disconnecting. Hold up on that. If he does disconnect, if he is not back in a bit, then calling a yellow again. Alright, we're gonna be yellow another lap. Twin disconnected under caution. He'll keep his spot. So that puts a little bit of delay on Baines here. So Eris has a single strike against her. Mr. Monaco pulls into the pits. Mr. Monaco looking for fresher tires. There's not really a lot for him to lose, so that'll put him to the back of the field. But with fresh tires, I think that will come out beneficially. Eris, if you can move up, please. Twin back. Let me reset myself. Twin is still trying to make his way up. We're gonna see how many cuts he had before the caution. Or before he disconnected. I think he had 9 cuts. So he had 9 cuts, so he's gonna get 10. We're still sitting under caution, but this lap, this coming up, we will be going green. Twin needs to get back up to the spot, which he is. You guys need to fit your cell still. R15, T7J, Eris, Emilio, Gappy, all you guys fit your cells. I fucked up, guys. Red flag. Stop in your positions. Alright, fucking Christ. I'm so sorry. Stay in your positions. Maintain your positions. Go to the stop. Stop here. Go to the stop. Maintain your positions. Alright, line up in your positions, guys. Line up in your positions. Scat R15, you guys. I fucked up and accidentally called a yellow, or accidentally reset everyone's cuts. No. Although actually, you know, at this point, yes, you can refuel because we're already here. So we're already here. So you guys could do a unofficial pit stop here. I'm sorry, but I fucked up. I was trying to change everyone's lap and accidentally change everyone's cuts, so I did that before and I've done it again. I've absolutely fucked up. Emilio, you're not a lap down. Emilio, you are not a lap down. You are not a lap down. You were already on the lead lap. Get back to where you were. Unless you're pulling off. No. Go back. Go line back where you were. Yes, as in you could refuel your car, you could jump out and get new tires. Just line back up and make sure you don't get too many cuts while you're there. So the cuts before the thing was, so Gappy's got 13. Change Gap C13. Change. Okay. 31. At 31. Jack had 4. I saw her disconnect, and I can tell when some disconnects. I was a little bit late, but it still happened. It's, yeah. Fine. Alright, so shuffle is at 4. I think twin is actually fine. Let me verify that. Yeah, twin is at 10. Airs is at 3. Did I get airs? Hour 15. Let me see how many you have. 11. There was someone else that had 20 medial. Okay, so we're good. Are any of you guys ready? If anyone... Eris is not in your car yet, so we'll wait on Eris to get into your car. We're gonna go caution, and we'll try to go green this lap if we can. Our order is good. Just try to maintain the right order. I'm really sorry that this little incident happened. We're still not going yet though because Eris is not in her car. Hopefully this will be the last one like it. I can't believe I did this twice. I'm genuinely sorry for my hosting here. So we're gonna try. I'll try to do better. Emilio also here. If Emilio, if you can hop out, I can get you fuel. Alright, yellow flag out. Go in the car if he goes. If somebody is asleep, then we'll still stop. But keep going, keep going. Make your way to your position, stay at the car. Oh my fucking god, R15! Guys, get going. Medio's asleep. Medio. Press the parking brake. It was stuck. Alright. Stay on the bumper of the car ahead of you, please. Get into positions. Let's not do tire warm or any goofy shit. Gappy, R15, come on guys. Just stay on the bumper of the car ahead of you. Maintain 60 miles an hour. R15, Gappy, fit yourselves. Jack Crow, move up. No, stop chatting, okay? We need you guys up here so we could get this one going green. I want to try to go green this lap. Again, a reminder that Mr. Monaco's 20 cuts from a 5-second penalty. So, watch yourself. Hold your pace. Hold your pace. Keep on holding your pace, keep holding your pace, keep holding your pace. Green flag. Medial, watch yourself. Good. No jumps to call. Shuffle off to the lead. Jack Crow side by side with twin triple V6. The green flag on track coming out once again. Hopefully this will be the last major incident. I need to remember to say L and not C. I think I'm the only type of person here to take L's. Shuffle crossing over side by side with Jack Crow PC. We finally got him back going. G7 with Jake. Now being tailed by Airsnetta. Airsnetta was one to cause a caution, but she's now within the range of a 4th place spot. So, been back to the front for her. Shuffle goes wide. And Shuffle loses the lead for her second there, although Twin has backed off too. So the two side by side into the final turn out to the front stretch, the first lap of green since earlier on. We're already a quarter way through the race. About a second separating, I'd say like half a second between Shuffle and Twin. These two still very well within attack range, but even closer is Jack Crow PC, just behind. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco, I think they've been driving more conservatively. They've been backing off a little bit, although they did gain a couple spots since the caution. The new tires definitely to some sort of beneficial state. I guess it doesn't matter though, actually. It doesn't really matter at this current time. Of course, the red flag I caused and messed up a little bit. I believe everyone's on fresh tires, so. Jack Crow PC looking to make a move on Twin Turbo V6. If you see someone DC, just say DC in the chat and I'll look for one. Instead of saying who, they'll probably figure it out pretty quickly. Jack Pro PC, Twin Turbo V6. They had a bit of a crossover, but Jack Pro PC has made the move. And now Jack trying to hunt down the Dutchman. We're going to be seeing a three-way battle for the lead. Through the hairpin. Just going to go a little bit wide. It's a good run here. You got 3 cars in it. Side by side between Jack Pro PC, Twin Turbo V6, but Twin gets a good run on the exit. Twin Turbo V6 within a car length of Shuffle. Jack Pro also even closer. Now to the hairpin to go. Twin's going to try to make a move down the inside, but it's going to lose it on the exit. Jack Pro PC is going to clear him. The hunt for the front continuing on. This time it's Jack Pro PC's turn. He's going to take the wide line, gets corner cut out of the ordeal. Mr. Monaco's got 10 to go, by the way, so Mr. Monaco, do watch yourself. Those cuts will add up. Again, you just got to stay within the cones, and you won't get a penalty. It's pretty straightforward, I'd say. Medial also within 20 cuts. About 5 laps to the halfway point. We've already surpassed the amount of laps of the Mitz car race. We're about to. There's a Medial and Gappy having some sort of battle there for this place spot. Airsness had some. Oh wait, let me fits all laps. I still never fits the laps. It should be fits now though. And that time, but don't fuck up and change all the cuts. This time it was the laps. I need to mentally remember that. So Iris put herself into top 6. Jake not quite within range. How was that battle between, I think Medials had something going on. They were bound with Gappy for a second, although they've fallen back quite a bit. I think their GTR is just feeling very loose for them. Twin Turbo V sits within targeting range of Jack Pro PC. And this time by, once it crosses the line, there will be 4 laps till we're halfway done. Medial says, and he spun out. He's going to get back going, but this race is going to be a tough one for him to finish. I think it'll just be a pretty good ordeal to finish it, but he does fall a lap down. There's the leaders passing, all 3 of them. He's spun out in a very fast sector, very frustrating move to make. R15 right behind Mr. Monaco. Again, Mr. Monaco with 9 cuts until they get a penalty. R15 still a bit over than it should be, but not as bad. R15 is going to back off a little bit through here into sector 3. Top 3 separated by about 3 seconds. We'll look over at the 4th place spot. T7 Jake Harrison 5th. Mr. Monaco in 6th place. Though R15 is just behind. Medial spins out once again. So definitely having some sort of issues with their car. Medial will be parking. If you're going to park it, please pull into the pit lane. If you could also move the other car out of the way, would be appreciated. I don't think anyone here is going to be doing any pit stops for a good while. There's not really a reason to. While Twin Turbo V sits closing in on Jack Pro PC, only about 2 or 3 car lengths on the fastest part of the track. It'll close down through the turns. Now side by side for the 2nd place spot between Jack Pro PC, Twin Turbo V sits. I think there's something going on between R15. Nope, does not look so. I think it's Harrison Jake. Yes, it is. 2 of them side by side for the 4th place position. Arisnetta has gone ahead in her 650S, but Jake has got to run down the inside. Crossover move 4 position. Aris gets it back on the exit. Our field's 2 pink cars battling it out through the hairpin. Jake does the Aris line. Jake drifting, Aris drifting. Both of them sliding in and out of the corners. It looks like Aris is starting to be I think her technique's starting to get figured out by Jake a little bit. Gonna be a pass there, 4th position. Arisnetta gets by. Meanwhile, Jack Pro PC does fall a little bit back from Twin. Now through the hairpin, Aris and Jake, and I think Aris has got this one for now. Don't count out Mr. Monaco. I know he's high in cuts, but he's closing in on the 27 to T7 Jake. Pink and black RCF. He's going to get a little bit slidey. We're halfway home, by the way. And Jake slows down significantly. Yeah, this has been an issue for years. I said I've never been fits. Jake, again, as I said, I had to bring an old car in. I had to bring an old car in, so that's probably why. I think Jake is pulling it in. Jake, I had to set a car up in like 30 minutes, not even that, so yeah, I had to bring an old car. penalties for what it is. Jake has pulled off, so that's going to be second DNF of the night. Leaves us with 7 cars. At the helm of it is Shuffle. I think he's built up a pretty big gap. He's got a pretty solid 4th though. Mr. Monaco in the 720S, only a little bit off. Might be able to close in the gap as long as he's careful about himself. Arisnetta with 15 cuts has been pretty clean today. Meanwhile, let's see. I think the battle here is a 1 there between Eris and Mr. Monaco, because he's Shuffle making their way across the start-finish line about now. Meanwhile, Arisnetta being hunkered down by the local Italian. Down to the hairpin. About 2 seconds separating them. Next closest battle is up there between Twin and Jackro. I think Twin has lost a little bit of that time. Shuffle's been out on a, I'm going to say, a very dominant run, because it has kind of been every man for himself with the top 3. Things are spreading out. Things are starting to settle. It's going to take something big, I believe, for things to change. About a second now separating Jackro PC from Twin. So Jack has been making some runs. Twin's been kind of falling a little bit out of rhythm these last couple of laps. Still in it, and still holding off second place, and I believe he might kick into gear if he feels the need to. Meanwhile, Eris and Mr. Monaco only 2 seconds separating them, but we're going to look back up into second, because Twin Triple V sits definitely within targeting range of Jackro PC. All depends on how this hairpin is taken, and it is another one of Twin's stronger terms. Jackro PC has also shown some good moves here. That's a bad exit for Twin. Jackro PC closing in on the Dodge Viper with his Dodge Viper. The Lotus being tailed by the Wolf Team racing car into turn number 1. Now to the hairpin. About a car length separating Twin and Jackro. Does spread out a little bit on the straight. Twin gets a better exit. But that last time we were in the hairpin, Jackro PC just got so much of a better line. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco, you're in their final cut. Just want to let you know before you get a 5-second penalty. Gappy is in a cut, and Mr. Monaco, well, you don't have as much to lose. You will be receiving a 5-second penalty after the race. So 5 seconds will be added on top of your overall finishing time. So just letting you know. In a way, this could come as a relief. There's less you need to stress about. We're about 15 to go here. Gappy also has a penalty, so just be aware of that. Back up to second place, Jackro PC Twin Triple V6. Starting to duke it out. Again, a car length separating the 2 drivers in their battle for second. You know, these two have had some historical races in the past, especially looking back into 2021. That was, I believe, their best years in the GTI series, although they both have swept it on different occasions. Just these two have overall had some great performances in the past. One of those I'd like to highlight would be the Halifax race back in 2021. Now, We haven't seen that track in a couple of years, but it did provide probably one of the better finishes and probably one of the greatest finishes of this class. I do believe it was Twin that won it, but, you know. That didn't look like a great line for Twin. Here's Jackro PC closing up onto the bumper. Meanwhile, Shuffle actually starting to close in on some lap traffic, I believe. They have passed Gappy. And that's target is, I believe, R15. R15 just crossing the line. So that being said, the battle for second place about to rage on. Twin with a pretty good exit, so does Jackro PC. He's going to maintain a tighter line. Jackro PC goes very wide, takes the American line. Doesn't really gain a whole lot out of it, though, it seems. Actually, though. Alright, Jackro, that's going to be a warning for intentional cutting. Just a warning. But I can tell when you're being cheeky. Jackro PC. Twin, these two. I think it's a little bit allowed Twin. He's backed off a little bit. But it's allowed Twin to stay ahead for the time being. Meanwhile, Shuffle crossing the start-finish line. Gappy's one lap down. Of course, if there is caution, that will allow anything to change. Not going to allow a lap car an opportunity to get back up to the lead lap. Ayers and Mr. Monaco again about to battle for position. Time penalty now on Mr. Monaco's shoulders, but also less of a feeling of, I guess, stressing over having to make room for cuts. We'll see how that one goes. Here's Twin Turbo V6 and Jackro once again duking it out. Jackro PC about a car length behind Twin once again. He is closing in on his cut limit. Twin also with 9 to go. Jackro PC with the dive bomb of the century will make the move. Twin goes way early on the brakes. That cost him an entire position. I almost can't even process what I just saw. That was Jackro's run there. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco has made the move on Arisnetta. So we now make our way into the hairpin. Arisnetta looking down the inside on the exit. Two battles on track again. Jackro PC, Twin Turbo V6 battling it out. Move to be made. I wish I could get Aris here, but Aris is ahead of Mr. Monaco. Meanwhile, Jackro PC, Twin Turbo V6 as they make their rounds into Sector 3. He's going to stay ahead of Jackro PC once again. We'll see about how that dive bomb goes. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco will run side by side Arisnetta into chicane. Aris is going to go wide, loses a bunch of time. And then to the breaking point we go for Jackro PC and Twin. Jackro's been showing that he's got better exits, although this time not so much. And it looked that way at first. Jackro PC right on the rear bumper of Twin Turbo V6. Again, these two both closing in on their cuts limit. I think Twin just got one. Shuffle still holds a quick time. Almost a 54-second lap. That's just insanity. Air still technically has this fourth place position if Mr. Monaco finishes where he does. So just be aware of that. Has to be 5 seconds ahead of you. Jackro PC and Twin. Jackro, watch yourself. That's a second warning. Didn't really gain out of that, but that did look pretty intentional. Jackro now on the rear bumper. Twin Turbo V6. Jack's potentially looking for something here. They make their way into Sector 3. Again, these two were teammates at one point about 2 years ago. And then Twin's been off on his own ventures, you know, race for himself, race for Jake. He's been about everywhere. And currently, though, he's been mainly running his own little individual team. I think we call this privateers. Jack Pro PC did try to make the move, but Twin gets it on the exit. Once again. That was a great move to get back in it for Twin Turbo V6. Although Twin, you're 3 cuts from a penalty, just letting you know. Jack, you're 9. R15 is also 9 cuts from a penalty. So you guys might want to watch your cuts. We are, of course, under 10 laps to go, but right there on the limits, that is a bit of a sketchy ordeal. I think Jack just got himself another penalty. Or not, another cut, excuse me. Is getting the run on Twin Turbo V, sits into the hairpin. The two side by side. Jack is later on the brakes. He looks around on the inside. Another crossover move to the exit. As they go side by side down the front straightaway. And I think Arizona also battling out once again. Or somebody was. I'm not sure who that was. But look at that when we can. Jack Pro PC, Twin, still took it at. I think I might have been Mr. Monaco and Eris now. So Eris is just trying to hold up for him to stay at their position. Again, she has I think it's 19 cuts to go. So she's okay for most of these to consider. Now, Mr. Monaco is you got 12 cuts till you get another penalty. So you might want to watch yourself. Jack Pro PC making the crossover, Twin Turbo V6. Again, Twin with only 3 cuts till he is penalized. Jack Pro PC's got a lot more room. Shuffles, of course, again, he's just been on an absolutely dominant run. Just no challenge in that GMG Ferrari machine. But Jack Pro PC for now does hold the 2nd place spot. I'm sorry if my throat sounds like it's dying, it actually is. But Shuffle is about to cross the start finish line with 5 to go. He makes his way into the hairpin. Now to the exit. Let's see how the leaders are doing. Nothing to report. Twin. Something's happened to Twin. I can't see Twin. As Twin hopped out. Yellow flag. So we're gonna call the yellow here. Shuffle gets slowing down. You gotta start. Yeah. I did. I saw it. Jack gets 2nd. R15 gets 3rd. I'm gonna fly you, Twin. Sorry. R15 sits. 1 lap down. Gappy's also a lap down in 7th. And the battle raging on. Harris is going to go into the pit lane and get new tires. Make sure you go to yellow 45 one right there, yeah. Thank you. Harris scrapping together what she can. She's pretty much guaranteed to stay in her spot. So. We may have an overtime, we may not. We'll see. The pits are still open. R15, if you could get your lap back, same with Gappy. And Twin, just keep going, you'll catch up to them in just a bit. Eris. You'll catch up to them faster than if you just drive. Yeah, if you just drive fast, you'll catch up to them faster than these other guys are a lap down will, so don't worry about it. Yeah. I also don't want you to have, like, an advantage as far as, like, not running stuff. So, if it comes down to it, we will be doing a 2-lap shootout, which would make things, I think, pretty interesting. Everyone's going to get back to the lead lap. It's going to be Gappy in R15. They will be starting 5th and 6th place. Or, sorry, 6th and 7th place. Twin is, of course, on the lead lap still. He will be restarting, however, from the 5th place position. So, with 4 cuts, Twin is on 48, so... got 2 to worry about. 2 laps probably at this point, so we are going to be doing a 2-lap race, and I think we'll be waiting off a little bit. So, any opportunities for pits, again, just if you want or not, the pits are still open. So, just waiting on R15 and Gappy. As things are going, though, we are more than likely going to do a 2-lap shootout. Now, is anyone going to take a pit stop right now and lose a couple spots? Or are they going to ride it out with the old tires that they have? A reminder not to stop your car on the track, otherwise I'll make you do a pit stop and into the back of the field. So, let's not do that. Alright, so they are on the lead lap, but we will be more than likely holding off. Alright, Twin, if you could let Mr. Monaco and Eris by. That's the only positions you're losing. Of course, the other 2 were a lap down. Now, I'm hoping things work out here. We will be doing an extra lap in the race. Again, more than likely next lap will be when we go green, once everyone's all merged up. So, I'll be letting you guys have one more opportunity to do a pit stop this lap, and the next lap will be the one that goes green. So, just be aware. But if you do a pit stop, you know, you run the risk of starting from the back, or you can start from the front with the worn out tires. I haven't had too many laps on them, but I know a couple drivers have done pit stops. There's no Twin, technically. So. R15, stay in the back, let Gappy ahead. Again, we'll be going green next lap. Just so if there's anyone that wants to do a pit stop, this is your last opportunity to do a pit stop. Otherwise, you could stay out and potentially gain spots. And the pit speed is going to be first gear red line. Make sure you stop in the right box. Now, Jack Pro PC hints at it. Mr. Monaco goes for it. Mr. Monaco is going to go for it. He needs all the time he can because he does have a 5-second penalty that will be out of post-race. Same for Gappy. And same for Twin, so there might be a couple people to still go up against. So we got a 2-lap shootout coming up here. Black. And it's, I think it's 7 cars left in the field. 2 of them have penalties. That's Gappy and Mr. Monaco. Although it's very close for R15, Jack Pro, and Twin, I think, to also get a penalty, so they'll definitely be watching themselves. Theirs could be, and if they send it, So we're gonna ask you guys to not pass until the start finish line, and please do not make cut overtakes. Alright. Way down the last straight into the hairpin. You guys are gonna hold your pace again. We gotta hold our pace for a bit here. They're gonna mix their way up. Green flag. There's allowed to pass Jacro. Jacro PC falling back a little bit, almost overtaken by Twin too, so he had a very bad start. He does get overtaken by Twin. So, it was allowed. Twin does get a little loosely fall back. Arisnetta with a late race dive for the lead on Shuffle. Could this happen? He's going to go a little bit wide. Jacro PC down the inside. There's 2 laps to go, and no one disconnects here. And then the next lap will mark the end of it. Now, Mr. Monaco trying to make up something here with Gappy. We look at the cuts. So far, nobody within the penalty other than the aforementioned. Arisnetta holding off second place from Jacro PC. Now this time by the white flag in the air. And it looks like things aren't going to finish this way. So this is the actual final lap. This is how the race is going to end. Shuffle down turn number 1 for the final time. Meanwhile, Twin side by side with Jacro PC for the 3rd place spot. It was all Twins. It was all for Twin at the start. Unfortunately, things are turning around. The Twin still battling it out. Meanwhile, Shuffle up ahead. Arisnetta, will she be able to do anything to him? Aris with a wide line. Twin with 1 cut to go. Shuffle getting held closely behind by a very aggressive 650S. They make their way down the straight one final time. Twin Turbo V6 stays ahead of Jacro PC and out into the second to last turn. Anyone gets on the exit. Shuffle is gonna make their way across the start finish line and wins the race. That Francia Corda Harrison's gonna be in 2nd place. Twin is gonna cross in 3rd. 4th is Jacro. 5th is R15, Mr. Monaco, Gappy. There's no penalties other than previously mentioned, so that is how this race will end. All the race positions are legitimate. If we could get the top 3 to finish, again, it's going to be Shuffle, Eris, and Twin. Jacro PC, unfortunately, a little bit short at the very end. Yes, but let's get the podium first. So so we need Shuffle, Eris, and Twin to the front stretch. So, let's see if there's anything Shuffle has to say first, being our winner. Okay. If everyone else could head to the pit lane or, you know, wherever. I'll be inserting, the other card real quickly. Again, I need the top 3 to the front stretch. Twin is 2nd. So Twin, if you could be on the outside. Or actually, you're fine. Sorry, Eris in 2nd, Shuffle in 1st. What a race. Probably one of the more heart-pumping finishes, especially with the finish. Jesus, Eris. So here is our winner. As we also Eris now going backwards, doing some celebratory donuts. Eris, if we could line up, please. So, things are not going too well for Eris at the start of the race. Things have turned around. We'll get you in a bit. Meanwhile, Shuffle a pretty clean sweep. Didn't even expect you to show it today, but overall, a very dominant performance. The last bit was probably a little bit intense, especially there's looming on your behind. So what do you guys say about today's race, and I guess the track in general too? The late race caution gave me a heart attack. I don't even remember who disconnected. But overall, my Ferrari was living this track. You know, I guess a Italian car winning an Italian track is just meant to be. Okay. Shuffle then says absolutely a beast, and for the first time ever, a Grand Slam. I think this is your first GTI one too, if I recall correctly. I don't think you've had one of those. So, Shuffle with a little bit of a turnaround on things. A few podiums, thank you to him. Then he says, but thank you. And GG to the rest as well. I'm assuming, oh yeah, good. Tires died during the cautions after they started sliding. Yeah, I was worried about that. Yeah, she also got new tires, I believe. But GG, lovely race. I'm glad. All right. Well, I'm glad that people are starting to like Francia Corda. I guess we've just done the right things by the track limits. Kudos to Jake, by the way, for that suggestion. Thank you there, Shuffle. We're gonna move on to Aris Netta. I don't know what you're expecting today, but I don't think top the podium in the last 2 laps was one that was on your expectations until, well, about then. I think a lot of it also had to do with that restart. You just had a very big Hail Mary. Of course, Jack from PC kind of just went off on the start, he just slept it, so you and Twin were basically passing him, so that's kind of why he let it happen.
Yeah.
Good.
So, like, I can say that I for sure didn't expect it. The thing is, I kind of go into every race hoping that some Mickey Mouse shit like this is gonna happen, because that's literally the only way I can, like, bounce back, because I always start out drowning. I noticed, because this time, before I DC'd, I was having the worst frames possible, like, actually the worst. I was running, like, most of the second half of the race on, like, a smooth 40, but when, on the first half, it was, like, at minimum, like, 7 and at maximum 19.
Oh, Jesus.
I was not running the game well. So I took advantage of the new free time that I had acquired while I was disconnected to close a couple of things and then rejoin, which gave me a few more frames. I also noticed some issues with the car, like script-wise, that I will check out, and also will check out for all the others. So if you could please not remove them immediately after, it would be great. What else? Yeah, well, I mean, it was fun. The first half was a drown, for sure. Most of my first half of the races are drowns, until some weird shit happens and it allows me to rebound, which is cool, I guess. But I have to stop relying on that, because it's not like every race that there's some wacky shit that happens.
Reliable. It's not very reliable.
Twin's mom decides to pick up a book.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is under caution when it happened, but it took somebody else jumping out of the car, I believe. Or that was last race. It was last race.
Yeah, no, that was last race.
It also takes me fucking up and accidentally setting everyone's cuts to the same thing, so I have to call it red.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like feeling like I'm a lot better of a driver than I actually am, at least right now, because I'm definitely not at the level that I was last year or the year before. But I mean, it's nice having a couple moments of brilliance. That strategy call on the yellow was honestly, genuinely what kind of saved me. Because if I hadn't started uh, in P3 on the final restart, I would not have been so close to shuffle by the end. No way in hell. Like, if I had actually pitted after Mr. Monaco and ended up being behind him, that would have not been good. Because if I had pitted after the yellow had been called instead of before, I would have started like way back, and I would have not been able to pick up as many positions. So like, it's always great. I hope that one day I'll get another win, uh, because those are obviously better, you know. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Interesting race at the end. Good result. It's always a good result when I'm in podium. Yeah.
All right.
Don't
Well,
know. Don't got no more.
okay. Oop. So that was a pretty good performance overall. Hope to see better up in the leading days and as well as next week at Moss Circuit. Hopefully then you'll be able to actually race the mid cars. I still feel bad about that, but it wasn't your fault.
No, I mean the power was still out.
Yeah.
Power cell service was out, so I couldn't pull up a hotspot off the 40% battery that I had left. And also my computer is a low battery capacity, so I wouldn't have even been able to finish. But the power came out like right at 10:30 for you, which was when you guys were doing the fucking thing. I asked if I could restart. I asked if I could start midway because you've done that before. But you didn't say anything, so like I didn't.
I think that was about when I was trying to fix the cuts because I did the same exact thing in that race.
Yeah, it was. It was when you were trying to fix things.
I was probably focused on that. Sorry about that, Eris. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna move up to twin turbo V6 when I can unmute him. There we go. I think a little bit of a frustrating finish, of course. Again, your internet going out at an inconvenient time. I think that's happened twice today. Everyone's been having internet issues throughout the day. But still pretty decent recovery. Made up a couple spots. I was able to pass twin and get a podium. So, what do you have to say about today's race? And Jack were having some great battles too.
Yeah, I mean, car felt a little understeery throughout most of the corners, especially the last hairpin, so I couldn't really pick up a lot of grip through a lot of the corners. Ferrari and McLaren are definitely faster cars, especially the Ferrari. That thing just turns in no problem. So definitely probably down to me making some mistakes and the car just being a little bit slower per weekend, which caused me to be a little slower overall, and Jack as well. But yeah, it's good to be ahead of Jack, at least since he's really the only person I could really be compared to, since the cars aren't equal, as we all know. So yeah, I mean, it's good to be on the podium at least. I was aiming for second before this connection, but I can't really say stuff happens because I feel like my internet provider is doing this on purpose at this point. It's happened so many times where it's just not really a fluke anymore. So yeah, that definitely sucks. We'll probably end up buying a new router regardless if my mom wants it or not, because she's just, I don't know where her brain's at right now, because I literally said multiple times to get a new router, get a new provider, but I don't know. I'm just gonna force it at this point, because it's not only me who's having internet connection issues in the house, and yet she's oblivious to not fix it. But anyways, yeah, the race was actually enjoyable overall because there's a lot of battles. I was just hoping the car drove a little bit nicer, and I probably would have been up there with Shuffle. But yeah, congrats to Shuffle for getting his first Grand Slam too, which is impressive on its own. Regardless if the car's fastest or not, it's still good the way he drove today. So that's nice. And Eris ended up getting second, so that's good as well, since she definitely is kind of like Norris in a way where she's just faster at the very end of the race. Although at least she has a couple wins gripper belt, unlike Morris. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent day overall. Just hoping the cars are a little bit nicer. Actually, hope my controller was working as well, because throughout the racing I was actually having a bunch of keyboard issues where some of the keys weren't actually registering that I was pressing it, which is why you saw me let off on some of the straights. That was not intentional or anything. That was literally just some of the keys not actually actuating, which was unfortunate and cost me plenty of time on the straight, since that's where you can actually gain or lose most of your time, especially if you let off like that. So it was unfortunate, but yeah, I'm gonna probably figure out a controller from now on, not use keyboards that are somewhat reliable. But yeah, congrats to everyone else.
I would like to add, since I remembered while Twin was talking about understeer, the 650 is definitely an extremely slippy car. At least with the new tune for this year, it is excessively slippy at times, so it's really difficult to kind of get it to coherently drive. Like, I immediately went for the opportunity to change tires when I was able to try to compensate for the slip, because I knew for a fact that with those tires I would not have been able to to control the car properly on the restart. Yeah, that's it. Also, if you're saying anything, no one hears you.
So we're also all right. Thank you, there is. That was silly. I know things are a little bit fucking today. I had a bunch of setups. We'll move these cars out of the way for Mr. Monaco. Twin. Hi,
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I think it was a little bit of a mixed bag today, but still, your first bit of experience, a bit of track time today on the GTI class. You did go up to the mid cars. What are your overall thoughts today?
Wasn't the best, but you know, it's obviously my first race. Got really slow, like the first two cautions. But then at the final caution, I realized that letting off is just not quick for these cars. As I looked at everybody else's cars were just braking like a lot after every turn or beginning of every turn. So I just applied that to my racing style, and I actually caught up for a little bit and got that time.
Fair enough. So some progress to make, but you know, there's always the future. Of course, there's Formula Micro and Super Indy coming up tomorrow, if you're interested in that. Should be good. Alright. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Alright. I think there are 15. Hopefully, we'll see you for the full career here in SLC. We're going to talk to the man on track, Mr. Monaco. Alright, can you hear me?
Oh, this is weird. Okay.
There we go. Well, firstly, I think you're probably more excited about driving your car right now than the race was. I think it was a little bit of a frustrating race for you. The time penalty did put you in the back. But I think it's
The
nice to
race
be...
was a complete throwaway.
Did have a couple shots up in the front earlier on in the race, but I guess there was a couple things that went wrong. What would you think those things were today?
Well, first off, I didn't get the driving that I wanted. First off, I couldn't get to grips with the car, and overall, the car handling in a track like this, it really shows the weaknesses. So for me, it was terrible. I kept going outside of the track limits, then inside, and I didn't know what was happening. Then I hit the cut limit. Overall, it was pretty weird and changing. So I might even change cars mid-season if that's possible.
It is, yeah.
'Cause yeah, because I'm not sure about the safety of my future with the 720.
Might you be looking to go back into a Ferrari? If that's the case.
Possibly, maybe even the Mercedes.
Alright. I haven't seen a Mercedes in a year or two. I think that was performance engineer that was in one. So be nice to see a Mercedes back on track. Alright. Well, how's the car you're currently in? I know that's the thing you've been wanting to do all day, and I was trying to do it earlier in the practice session. It's just you had some issues.
Yeah, again, as I said, the track really brings out the weaknesses of cars, and yeah, I can really see it's super, super sleepy in turn in and in corner exits. So the changes I made should definitely be fixing that.
I'll probably add you so you could actually work on the car here. So, alright then. Well, is there anything else you want to say before I close off today's stream?
And that will be all.
Alright. Look there, Mr. Monaco. We're gonna let you be the last thing that's seen on screen. We'll be playing the SLC outro here again. A reminder of tomorrow's races. 12 p.m. we'll be doing the Formula Micros. They're gonna be doing a 20-lap feature. And at 2 p.m. we'll be doing Super Indies for a 60-lap feature. So that's roughly an hour. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a pretty good show and a fun ordeal.